Hi, I'm Alex, I'm a PGA Golf professional and welcome to the channel. So today we're talking about a loft of your driver and how actually changing the loft can dramatically improve your driving without making any swing changes at all. Okay, so as you know, this channel is powered by the viewers and these questions came in from last week's live stream. From Rob Hartle Golf and also from Rodney Wilson, all around the setup of the driver. My driver is fitted to 15.5 degrees. Am I losing distance because of this? Now this is a really interesting point and I really think we've got to talk more about it. Now in my hand right here, I've got a TaylorMade Stealth, yes you heard me right, that's set at 9 degrees. I've also got an LTD Cobra LS at 10 degrees. I've also got an LTD X set at 10.5 degrees. So you can see all the modern drivers of 2022, 2020, 2021 all have, or majority of them have adjustability. And it can sometimes get confusing. Or it can even be confusing when you're thinking of buying a driver second hand, because most of us sort of go down that route. So what I want to tell you right here is just read some facts and some stats out to you. Okay, so if you are a golfer that swings it around 97 to 104, we want to launch the golf ball around 10 to 16 degrees. Okay, keep listening to this. I'll put it on the side of the screen as well. This is really important. If you swing the golf club 84 to 96 miles an hour, we want to launch the ball 12 to 16 degrees. Okay, next up 72 to 83, we want to launch 13 to 16, and finally less than 72 miles an hour, we want to launch it between 14 and 19 degrees. Now, if we just simplified that and just said, right, the slower we swing it, the higher we want to launch it to optimize our distance, in simple terms. Now, there are other things like spin or dynamic loft, to what loft we bring into the golf ball. But what I have found that, if we're breaking this down, that the slower you swing it, the better off you are going to be having a little bit more loft. TaylorMade Stealth, I enjoyed that. A very weird sensation off the face. It's obviously that carbon face. Get down in those comments. What do you think of this? I don't know, I'm quite impressed. So let's go into this a little bit more detail, right? So I often see, and it's sort of a macho thing with a lot of gent golfers, we want to go lowest loft we can and stiffest shaft we can. Now, that is going to cause you horrendous errors. You're going to probably tend to miss that golf ball a lot further out to the right. So what you've got to think of here is, if this golf club is traveling at, let's say, 100 miles an hour, right? And you had a lot of loft, that would almost go too high with too much spin and peak too much down. We've got to find you a loft where it comes into the golf ball and then takes off on what I kind of call a little bit more of a rainbow flight. So being a faster swing player, if I go and grab now a 10.5 degree high spinning head like this one, what we would see is the ball launch higher and come down too steep. But that would be perfect if you are somebody who swings it a little bit lower. So to answer the questions that we had right at the start, not necessarily because you've got your driver set at 15.5 degrees, are you losing distance? Actually, you could be maximizing your distance out on the golf course. So let's sit one away here, and because I am a higher swing player, we'll see it go a little bit higher and not as long as that one. Wow, that's so high. You can see that on the shot tracer, how high that started and how spinny it went. See how high and spinny that was. It's amazing, isn't it, what the tech does to you and how you hit the golf ball. So like I said at the start, if you find a driver loft, right, that is perfect for you, you can dramatically improve your dispersion and your distance without changing your swing. So remember those rules of thumb. I've got my gamer here, I've got the LS, and this is my 10 degree head. Well, I've made it around 10 degrees to give me an optimum for me. You can see how this really does impact. So just remember, if you are a slower swing player, we want to launch that ball a little bit higher. So if you're thinking of buying a new driver and you do swing it on the slower side, and if I'm honest, be honest with yourself, because you're only going to affect your own game. Look for something with a little bit more loft to get a little bit more launch and carry. And finally, if you are a faster player, go down that route of potentially a little bit lower loft to help you launch it a little bit lower with lower spin to maximize your distance in that regards. That is the one for me. All day long. All day long. Really do hope that helps you. Simple tips here today on the channel. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I look forward to catching up with you on Monday.